Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ay,
It's
afternoon.
Kakagising
Ay,
na rin.
In business
morning,
daw, it's always
morning
morning.
pa ba
oh
dyan?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
True.
Always morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Nawala
Yeah.
eh. Meron kaming pick-upin eh. Ay, Diyos ko. Ang busy ng afternoon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
know.
Kumusta, kumusta?
Usual.
Once again, my apologies for being late.
Hi, Abdul. Thanks for
Hi.
joining us.
Hello. Yeah. It's our Saturday chat sessions with Alice, Silito, and Charito. And today we have our special guest, Beth from Toronto.
Hello. Happy Saturday to everybody out there.
And hi, Evangeline. You missed us today. You owe us one Saturday.
Hi, Evangeline.
Yeah. She gonna guest for 2 times to pay
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Nag-hi siya, nag-hi.
Nice. Yeah, we're here in Winnipeg right now. We travel very early to pick up our supply because every year we have a supply in the barn. So I thought we can finish it early, but yeah, it's already 1 o'clock. We're still here.
Oh, okay. So you're
Yeah,
in Winnipeg right now.
yeah, I'm in the Winnipeg city. Yeah,
Oh, I used to travel prior to COVID, like almost every weekends, all the way from here, every Friday
Sorry.
night and comes back Sunday afternoon.
oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you already know that there is a Jollibee here, right?
Yes, and I always my hub favorite is really the Max.
My favorite is Chicken Joy.
Oh, chicken
I love
joy.
palabok.
Palabok.
Now you make me
We're
think. We haven't had lunch yet.
Oh yeah. Okay, I will bring you a Jollibee. We just met at the park.
yeah,
Oh, no, nice, nice.
yeah.
It's summertime.
So
Might as well have buckets.
true. Yeah, the big
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, so moving on before we go to the actual business talks. Um since Beth is here with us today, and I would just like to thank Beth first for this short notice for accepting our invite. Thank you, Beth, and yeah,
Thank
I would.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
very
It's really
much.
my pleasure joining the stronger team.
Yeah,
Stronger
that's
team.
that's what that's what we do. We keep it our strength every day strong
I know.
to
So
run
be
this business.
contagious and give some portion to me. Spirit.
Yeah, so before we move on, I'll give you the floor, Beth, to just talk a little about yourself, your background, and yeah,
All
yeah.
right. There is no time limit.
No,
until until we
our
have
our
battery.
minimum here is 30 minutes.
All right, because I will only depend on the time limit. I'm a good follower. No, very good student. Well, very good afternoon, and it's a great Saturday afternoon here in Toronto. I know I am with my colleague down here, all the way from Winnipeg and Alberta, Dino.
Yes.
Yes, Alice
Alberta,
and Beth.
Alberta. I wish I could visit you some very soon.
Yeah,
Some other weekends prior to winter. That's a wish. But yeah, I would like to introduce myself, given the opportunity for a few minutes by our moderator. Thank you, Dai. I'm Lilibeth D'Souza, born and brought up from Philippines, a secondary school teacher by profession, and was teaching only for a few years. I was been in the Middle East and considered my second home, being there for 16 years. So deep in my heart, I really internalized the culture and the wonderful experiences and challenges I have encountered in the Middle East. So, to be very honest, it's the peakest height of my career where I really treasure it the most. Um, moving back to married, I mean, a big transition. So from single to married life, and then you have to decide, okay, which one is which. So we decided to migrate, and here we are, landing Canada from the land of desert to the snow land, the
Yeah.
very, very cool, ironic temperatures. So we've been here from, I mean, since 2010. And then it was not really as much of struggle the way others do. I believe when it comes to jobs, when it comes to careers, it's a matter of timing sometimes. So
Yes.
immediately I worked for the district for a couple of years. And then, since it's my long years range of experience in the recruitment and training, I realized that it's really nice to be with our own boss. So I really decided to put up our own recruitment agency as our own, me with my husband. So
Ooh.
we operate and we run the company for a number of years. But then, yeah, operationally, you need all those skillful people to work with you. And then it is where, when everything is on your plate, you're a one-man show. It's either you do the business development side, the interview part, recruitment and training, the administrative part. Then there's so much on your plate,
It's a
especially
lot
with
on your plate,
all
right?
the account side. So you prepare payrolls every week, for the employee salaries. There's so much involved in it. But yes, I have tried and I have proven myself that yes, it's very, very doable. And then yet, since it affects health on the other side, then I decided, okay, wait, let me pause and do some transition in here. So within my small research, I come to understand that Canada has a very, very wide range when it comes to healthcare budget. And there I challenged myself. I thought, okay, let me put my first step in here. What is in here in the field of medical, where I was totally been very far from the very start since I was born? I don't like the smell of the clinic nor the hospital. I just don't like anything that relates to medical. All right. But then here, I decided to really take the challenge. I thought, okay, let me see what's in here. Then I thought my strength of drilling into the administration will have something in relation to here. So I discovered that there's also the area of medical administration. I took that degree. It's supposed to be 2 years, but then I cannot see myself going back to school and another that length of 2 years in study. Granting, I managed to scout a school that only offers a very condensed diploma for 10 months. But imagine the exam. It's really 3 times in a row, 3 times in a week. There are 300 items every single week without fail because it's very condensed instead of 2 years. At the same time, it was really tough for me because I work as project support. So I started office at 8 o'clock from until 4:30, ran to the school from 5 o'clock until 10 midnight every single day. And then there, I was so blessed to be accepted with my externship program at Mount Sinai Hospital in the downtown core Toronto. It's one of the biggest hospital here in Toronto. So until now, I am blessed. I'm working. I'm managing the entire office. I'm still connected with Mount Sinai. So here I am with my full-time job at the same time, very happy to be part and discover this very, very good side hustle on a weekend like this. So can't just imagine how the multitasking comes. A mother, a wife, a full-time employee, plus enjoying my side hustle with group of these experts here.
That's awesome.
All right. So I hope it gives you an overview of what is my background, where I came from. By the way, I have only one child. I have only I have
Mhm.
only one son. He's 16 years old. He's on his 11th grade, 12th grade. On the last year of high school now, preparing towards the university. So I have one.
That's
All
Yeah,
good.
that's
right.
it.
So, how did you find about like how did you started the business?
Are you referring to this business, Dai,
Yeah,
or
yeah. Sorry. Yes, yes.
oh, okay.
Like because
Yeah. So
after all your after all your experiences, I would say I would say you are already kind of like settled about your future, being hired in one of the biggest in Toronto. So we can say that you're already there. But then again, being an entrepreneur and stuff like that, we know it's not enough. We wanted more, and if we can retire, because that's the goal, right? At least for me, that's the goal. I want to
Mhm.
retire
Me too.
early, no matter how stable and how good the our job is. Sometimes we just want that time, not the like because for me I don't want to wait until 60 until I'm able to retire. So how was it for you, like why did you decide to join the business, and how did you find it?
right, how satisfying might be my previous jobs and the corporate where I came from. As I mentioned earlier, the biggest height of my career is where I belong in the Middle East. It was really beautiful. I never expect such a wonderful experience for almost in every aspect of life that I had been through. And coming back to Canada, yes, it was really a very, very ironic strategy. The lifestyle, you don't have any
Mhm.
help at home, you don't have anyone with you, but if you don't cook, then you don't have food on the table unless you order DoorDash. All right. But yes, there's something that sparks on me. I know if I have to discern and try to put up everything into a conclusion, I have been to the peakest height of my dreams, almost getting there personally.
Mhm.
Um, However, it's nice to foresee future that standardly we see people at the very very standard range of 65 years old going to this bracket of the range of 60, 65 to 70
Mhm.
as the retiring age, but I
Yeah.
really don't want to do that. On the day one since I got married until now, my husband will never forget my statement. I told him, I'm marrying you today, but please remember, I want to retire at the age of 55. Don't ask me what's my age today. No, I'll be very honest. I'm 49. I'm moving to the golden, the very, very golden spark
Mhm.
of other side. But I only have 5 years seriously, religiously to work out hard. Um, I know the setup of the profession where I am right now is very good. I don't have anything to say negatively, but then there's something that still I'm looking forward. I think you can relate to me when you are giving the maximum ability, the maximum strength, even you maxed out your time to to somebody and to something where you don't own.
True.
So I
Mhm.
can, because I we owned the business before. I can really see when you work hard as much as hard as the way you perform, how best it is to feel when you are the ones reaping of every single bit of it. And one thing more, the time freedom. That's very true. Um,
Mhm.
can relate my life every day. I have minimum 3 hours commute every day. I'm from Mississauga City. I drove I chase the bus, I chase the subway because I commute to the workplace. I tried driving every single day, but then you are not certain of the highway, whether there's a consequence, an accident there, then you can't be certain that you will be reaching at the precise time. So I decided commuting is much better. I'm giving slightly a gap, but then you are determined that you are there prior to your time to start.
Mhm.
So it's purely my dream of being able to get that time freedom and not being controlled by somebody. So that's about it. When it comes to workmanship, we are already, we know from the culture we came from, we dash it even without sleep, provided we are happy, it's satisfying. But how much more if it is for us and for our family? We even work hard with blood, we shed blood to the workplace,
Yeah.
by just
Yeah.
receiving what is intended for us, for just whatever is the compensation pay. How much more if it is for us? So the very reason is my early retirement and the time freedom for my family, nothing more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
That's
I can
think
good.
I
relate
think all the
relate
question you
to that.
answered it already. But yeah, uh, I think I don't have question anymore. But because my question is just why you choose digital business instead of something else, right? So you
Oh,
answered it. Eh?
Oh, but that's a very, very challenging one too, because believe me, I am not a tech person. The team can relate. I am very, very transparent. I don't know anything. Yes, I use 4 softwares at work, but I was trained, I was oriented to it, so I know what to do. And what is required, yes, I complied completely. But here
Mhm.
comes when it comes to how, for example, how Charito is manipulating all that stuff when it comes to StreamYard and whatnot. Believe me, you can rate me. If there is below the ground, it's me. Okay, but I challenge myself in here. I will tell my son, please, how do I create this GoDaddy account? You have to help me. And he says, Mom, are you sure? I told, yes, I'm sure. Give me something else. I can show you my confidence, but not this part. But you see, I never put that as an obstacle. I never make that as an excuse, a hindrance
Mhm.
for me to pursue the business. Instead, it challenges me like, all right, this is another learning for me to gain. It's a gentle side of the world. So come on, Beth. This is an additional food to my basket. So I
Yeah.
challenge myself, but
Mhm.
though I'm really creepy, like sometimes I felt like if there is a dumbest person, it's me. Yes, I admit. The more I admit, the more I learned, and I learned, and I
Yeah,
learned,
you're
and
right.
I'm just very honest. Like, what else I could tell? But
I like
really,
that.
it's a
I like
challenge.
that.
Because you know what, I can kind of relate. Like I always ask either my son or my husband. My husband is always been a tech savvy, and in fact
Wow.
he's going to school and he's taking up the very course that he is passionate about, computers. So he's taking up digital media and IT right now, and
Mhm.
that's all he likes. But then again, it's me being the opposite
You're
of being a
benefiting.
and just like you, I don't even honestly know how to do a PowerPoint, and that's very basic. My son was laughing at me last night because he's like, seriously, mom, that was when you were born. It was there already. How come you don't know it? I just don't. I know how to open MS Word. I know how, but no, not a PowerPoint. I don't know how to make a PowerPoint. But see, like what you said, like we're here to learn, and we learn
Hmm.
more than what
Mhm.
we ever imagined.
Yes,
right?
that's right. That's
That's
right.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah, I can imagine also how I did it this business, because before I can't even post video or in my Facebook account because I don't know how to do it. Sometimes I love the picture, I want to post it. Then I will call my daughter. Can you please put a caption on it, or this is the right position, or where do I go, right? But now because of this business, I learn a lot. So it looks like every steps that we have here, it's all learning.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty
Exactly.
of the business. You're gonna get that. I think you call that, you're gonna get a slowly smarter a little bit
Yeah, yeah.
because of this
True.
business. Yeah.
Growing with the times, right?
Yes.
That's very true.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I just remembered. I'm I'm already organized, but sh- like, I'm organized like on a physical, like say my desk are all organized but if you look into what's inside my computer, it's so very like disorganized. I don't have, I just like, it's just everything in there in one document folder, and I don't even sort it out. But you know what, right now I've learned to sort it out, put it in every folder, just like how the mastermind we had, the business mastermind we had last Wednesday, where like if you open, who was that? Colleen? I'm not sure if the name was Colleen, but one of the panelists, like she was talking about how she organized her computer, and at her age and mine, I was like, oh my goodness! If you open her documents, it was like so neatly organized, in order, like anything. I'm not.
Yeah.
Me,
That's
in
what
every
I'm
aspect of
doing.
my life, I'm just messy. My husband is more organized than me. So he always gets the headache.
Yeah. Yeah. Not everybody is good in one thing, eh? It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, but the learning process is open. You
Yes.
Mhm.
always you can always learn it. So that's the key. That's very important.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
that
One
is
thing
true.
that I remember, one thing that I know, the Evangeline is the oh Evangeline. She's as hardworking as you, Beth. When you first, like, like before, like even
Yeah, yeah,
Evangeline said, like she was everywhere. She's doing everything to to support her family as well, because she was single, so she doesn't have responsibility yet, to the point where the what whom she thought was the love of Sky, whom she thought was the love of his life, like, left her because of, like, she was so workaholic that she never really thought about love just yet, you know. But I can see you have a very similar when it comes to being being a workaholic. And I when I was talking with her, because we are always meeting every Saturday, except today. But you know what? Like, I can see Evangeline with you. Like, you are kind of like similar but different. Oh my goodness, my background. He's always noisy every week.
no, it's working. It's working. No, also it will be a great deal if we will be both together one day, you know. Yeah, if I could remember, I was because I remember my grandma. She used to tell me ambition is free. So I
Mhm.
since I was 5 years old, it always inculcate on my head that to reach for the star, you have to just give a focus. So I always
Mhm.
have that in mind. So when I went to school, like I started when I was small, at the age of at grade 3, grade 4, I started to teach Flores de Mayo back home.
Oh, me
Right.
too.
Oh.
Yeah, then it started my confidence as a kid. So in a
Yeah.
smaller
Mhm.
group of children, then I served the church. I really served the church since I was small until even reaching here in Canada. So that's
Oh,
one
same
aspect of
here.
life. Yeah. Also, when I went to the university, I just I was just been the closest university back home. We were all together. I have three siblings. So my brother, who is the eldest among us, and it's me, who is the eldest daughter, and I have two younger sisters. So it's hard during those times when three of us were all together in the university. So my brother was in Adamson University, I was in LaSalle, and my sister was in UP Diliman. So
Oh, smart, smart. All
we were
smart.
we were, we were like together in school, but then there's really one thing I learned a lot, like upbringing is really the key to greater confidence and achievements. So because of great values and virtues that was brought up since we were small, then it helps us
Mhm.
a lot, the way you bring life, the way you work towards your dreams. So I thought of finishing school right away, so I was accelerated in the university, finishing 3.5 years, and then I started teaching at the age of 18.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah,
Very
so I
young.
was
That's
so
so early.
early. I was so early to really start my career. And so I thought, okay, you know what? I just use this as my stepping stone. So I aim to
Mhm.
just teach for 2 years, which I did. So I started teaching fourth year high school that time. And one few of my students are older than me because they were accelerated. There was a government program for those dropout students. So it's either some of them were
Mhm.
23, 21, 22. I was just 18.
That's
And
really
then,
wow.
young.
You were
yeah,
teaching
it was really so.
those who are
That's why
older.
it's like too many will say, Beth, you can really put up your story in a tissue roll and put in MMK. Yeah. And then I
Yeah,
Yeah.
thought,
alam.
I have to live life. What should I do? So I have to
Mhm.
quit teaching and I have to start. Where should I start? Because I was not from Metro Manila. So
Mm.
my brother and my sister were there because they were there in Diliman and in
Mhm.
AU. But I was with my mom at our very own LaSalle in Ozami City. So I thought, okay, because of my teaching, so during weekends there was a review of NCEE. So I'm handling 60 to 70 graduating high school students. So it really kills off my voice. So in a span of
Mhm.
5 to 6 months, I really don't have a voice except to do board work. So what I did, I really had my ENT treatment in Manila, and while under treatment, happened to pass by uh, Shumart Makati. And then I thought, what is there? Because see, when you are from the province side, so countryside lifestyle, and then all of a sudden, getting into the core of Metro Manila. So I thought, what is this all about? So they were all online up to apply for application in Shumart. So there were vendors on the side road, and then they have the biodata empty sheets. I also bought that and fill up my application, and also went to the lineup. So I thought, let me experience what is in here. And my Tagalog language is not the way how fluent they are. And then
Mhm.
we were called and they said, oh, you qualify for the exam. So I took the exam. In short, I was accepted as the buyer at the head office of Shumart in Palangka. So that was my story. And then when I reported there, it was just a matter of 3 days. Then my colleague who was the buyer of other areas, I overheard that her niece will be interviewed by a foreigner to work for a duty free. So I said, where's the address? So I got that address and I went to that office and I submitted my application. Oh, that was the start of my career abroad. So
Ah,
I
okay.
was interviewed by the foreigner who happened to be the owner of the duty free mosque. Yeah, and so what
Mhm.
happened there? We were. 65 to be interviewed, but there was only one slot, an open slot for a visa in 6 business days. And because that visa is intended for his PA, so personal assistant at the head office.
Uh-huh.
And then, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to jobs, it's a matter of timing. It doesn't mean that some others are unlucky or we are not good enough. I don't think so. That's the thing. Because when we look for a job, we owe we tried all the possibility to get
Look
to get
forward.
in. So in short, everybody will, after the interview, will have the blue slips. So blue slips means you qualify to be interviewed and part of the hiring groups. But
Yeah.
I was the only one who got the pink paper. So what does the pink paper means? Maybe by mistake. So in short, I qualified for the PA of the owner and I flew in 6 days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and my mom was
Mm.
crying because she says, "Oh no, you know what? In the TV, over the news, it's very, very scary in the Middle East. You know what will do there?" Like I told mom, I checked in the embassy or in
Mhm.
we have the so-called, I forgot in the Philippines, what is that? Where we will check all the jobs, whether it's legit.
What?
POEA?
A POAA. Thank you, Dai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So they said, no, you have to go to POA and check how legit. So it's very legit
Mhm.
because it's duty free
Mm-hmm.
head office. So I really flew without knowing anything. It's my first time. I don't know where I'm headed to. And I'm seated at the very head office of the owner. You know what? I explore everything. And then there, if he has the conference, then all the duty free owners from different locations of the world are all in a conference in our own location in Muscat. So it's either a Dutch, a Spanish, okay, from British. So it's a mixture. It's really, really a blend of nationalities, and there it's so hard. You have to really pick up. It's very speedy. If somebody will request, okay, a coffee without sugar, just the milk with the cream, and there's no repetition, so you have to assist that in a way.
Yeah.
So it requires all your senses to get activated. So somehow, and then I moved to the operations, and then I handled projects. So I was hired by another competing company there, where I really started for three. Um, the last job that I left Middle East was being the country's operations manager of the entire operations. So I handle projects. I started with the company for just three standalone. To give you an idea, I was working for the luxury perfume cosmetics industry. We are basically direct coordinates from Paris principals. It's the same as Haute Renfrew. I'm not sure whether you have the
Mm.
whole rental concept
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have it
So
here in
we have
Edmonton.
actually, yeah, the niche brands. So all the way from Prada, Hermes, all the way down to Dior. And then we also have all those secondary brandings.
Yeah, because like
But
those brands are very common or very very popular with with a high with a
Um,
rich and famous also, like not only anywhere basically, but I think it's mostly UAE or
yeah,
Chinese are
yeah.
into
It, it's more into the
luxury
Middle
branding.
East side. Our
mhm.
retail there runs from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way down to 12 midnight around the year. And
Wow.
Oh.
yeah, when you speak of when I was hired by the company, there were only three standalone locations. In 3 years, I was able to put up the projects and made it 16 locations from different regions, so region to region. So I'm flying every single day, from early flight to the last flight in the evening. I work closely with contractors and planners and
Oh,
projects, recruitment and training, and the entire operations from region to region. So it was a very, very huge portfolio. I love it.
Mhm.
And that's why I
That's
miss it.
right. You really flourished in that field, right? Mm.
Yeah, Dai.
Yeah,
I
I can see that you
I miss a lot
do you
there. I
miss
really
it?
miss a
mhm,
lot. My husband says,
you love that
uh,
job
"What have you
because you
eaten to be
know
here?"
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Mhm,
nice. It is where I was able. It's not only for self development, but it was more into helping people.
Yeah.
It is where I was really able to help friends to friends to friends who really needed jobs. I recruited manpower from different parts of the world. It could be from Jakarta, India, our very own Philippines, Morocco, Jordan, you name it. So
Yeah.
we are also multicultural there. It's very huge. Like one of my niche stores has about 78 beauty consultants just for a day, and when you enter the store you will really feel like it's really a store of destination where there is a pianist on the side, a waiter for a quick bites will serve you, a store like that. So it's very 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 um
I have one question
exemplary
though.
experience.
That kind of store, is it only is it all like, can commoners, I would say, go there? You know, like because not everyone can afford those brands.
Yeah, yeah,
And so
yeah,
some people must have been there just for the experience. So
yeah.
is it for everybody,
Of
that
course,
store?
it's the door is wide open to welcome every single clientele. And the moment, regardless of gender, the moment anybody walks in, you are treated as king and queen. But again, to some others who understands that those are niche brandings, then they get intimidated, right? Because as you walk in,
Exactly.
you are labeled with, is this Prada? Is this Hermes? Is this Gucci?
mhm,
But then but then we also have brands like just to avail gift with purchase. You really don't have to buy, but to
mhm,
experience the promotional brandings, which is really very, very, very good. Yeah.
mhm,
You know,
mhm.
the perfumes there, the vials, when I came in here and walked into the stores because I was looking for the same setup here, the way I look at it, it comes with a price. So the vials, the samplings of perfumes will have price. So if you go to Bay,
Oh,
if you walk into Hall Friend Proof, unless they have
yeah.
special events for the day for a specific
Mhm,
brand. But there, massive, massive. It's really massive. You're pampered every single area of beauty. It's just very nice.
Regardless whether or not you buy anything,
Yeah, yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Especially when you go there, if you plan to go for a party and you will sit in a specific brand, for example, you may say, "Oh, I want YSL. I just want Yves Saint Laurent." When you will be there, then you will be asked, "What is the purpose of coming?" Then you say, "Oh, I'm really looking for. I'm about to attend a party. Um, well, is there any free makeovers right now? They will let you in. The complete makeover will be given to you with a gift with purchase. You may not buy any product, that's fine. It's
Wow.
mhm.
it's extremely pampering clients. It's just beautiful. Those
You're
I
years,
want
really
to
I
try
don't know
it.
treating
if
like
it's right now,
a
but
queen,
those
right?
years it's massive.
Yeah. That's
Right?
nice.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised when you said that you missed it. Like, it's the experience, it's the luxury. Let's face it. You know, like, as
yeah,
human as we are, luxury is something that we don't meet every day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No,
Yeah.
even if you're working, when you were there, even if you're working, just the thought to serve others and make them, make their day. You never know.
yeah,
You
yeah.
never know. And I don't know. I just want to experience it myself.
Right. Now it's really very satisfying work because when we work hard, we don't mind, but provided the heart should be happy, right?
Yes.
There are two
Mhm,
different scenarios. You work hard because you want the best output in you, but it is by force. It is by pressure. It is because you're obligated. In here, you work hard because you are happily working with the people around you and the company. That means you don't even realize that you have given up the maximum over and beyond what is in you because you work happily, right?
Yes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's also one thing very big, very big, I should say, part that I miss there, because there, if you work hard, then you will be part of the management team. Then even if you are just on the junior category, much more if you are a senior, this is how the standardization of Middle East goes. You will have a free housing, fully furnished, free vehicles. I have free gas card for the entire year.
Oh,
Everything is free. I have my card. I can run until Bahrain with my gas card. Remember,
Mhm.
the very source of economy is petroleum. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, so we've got that. And your house is fully furnished. The type of vehicle you will be having, it depends. If you're a senior management, then you've got SUV category. If you are starting at the junior management level, then you will go for the saloon category. And you're basically, your expenses will only be the food. So you name it, what food you want.
yeah.
Oh, I like that. But
That's
you might have answered it earlier already. But why move here in Canada?
All right. Very smart question. Thank you, Day. The very reason why most of the happy employees back in the Middle East will really somehow slowly move to a secondary place of residence, it is because
Mhm.
Middle East doesn't retain citizenship. So at the age of 60, it is where your working visa expires. You really have to pack and go.
oh, okay.
So yeah, so even my son was born there, but he doesn't got any citizenship at all. So
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
They don't.
unless you are married with a local, then
Yes.
yeah, so you are in
Yeah.
union with, so that's, you attain a citizenship and you have a new passport. But otherwise, as an employee, so that's why we realize we don't want to wait at the, you know, at the older years and then starts to to think it over and weigh things. So it's better while you're still a bit younger and able to
Yeah.
move
You're
here and
still.
there, push a bit. Then,
Mhm.
and in my part, my husband is from India. I'm from Philippines. So it's either we have to choose for a neutral place.
uh,
Canada is the neutral place for both of you.
Oh, that's I know. We tried initially to Australia, then we realized. Then he says, "No, I think Canada is better." I told, "Why? You extremely feel hot here, being in the desert, and then now when we are moving to the snowland, then you complain it's extremely cold."
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
you know what? I honestly enjoyed
Thank you, Dai.
today's episode. Knowing the whole
Yeah.
Oh
So
no,
any
thank
more
you.
questions?
Please give me this a sign because I will not stop talking. That's why I specifically asked from the start how much time is my allocation. I don't want to overlap.
It's okay. I'm going to give the last question, so
Oh my goodness.
you would know that it's time when I ask
Okay.
mine.
okay. That's already question now.
Oh, okay. I thought you're not done.
Before may run out my battery, yeah,
No,
you
we
can ask question.
normally
The Alice, you are chopping up.
Yeah, signal is cutting off.
yeah, we normally stop at the 30 minutes, but
Let me know. Let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap up, I'll
I
just
think I
yeah, maybe just moving back to the business question. I would just like maybe to ask you about how, like, getting into the digital business and knowing now that your background is like it's a bit extensive, and it's really you were really in a different world back then. And I just realized it now. We never got to talk about that, but um, yeah, getting into the digital business, what do you think were your learnings from back then that you were able to bring in with you into the business and like just use it for yourself?
Thanks, Dai. It's a huge relevance. First thing is the self trust. Knowing, especially with the portfolio that I was in, I really have managed most. There were probably over 300 staffs that I have managed then for the longest of time, and merge with the scenario of being as a high school teacher. So my passion is talking, as you can probably um, realize now. So my passion is talking, and really, I love to work closely with people. So the previous
Mhm.
experiences that I have got is a great contribution to where I am headed to in this online digital business. I can see myself, God willing, right now I'm really just trying to figure out, because of the full-time job plus my 3 hours commute every day. So it's roughly 11 to 12 hours every single day, and when reaching home I have a family to see too. Like, it's not
Mhm.
like when I will be reaching home, I'm just by myself with all my comforts. I have to, it's a different hat. So I'll be a wife, I'll be a mom, I have my home. And
Mhm.
so I was thinking it loudly, but really it's a very, very great contribution. I see myself working in a team, God willing, working with my own team.
Mhm.
Buyers, where are you? So,
I can say it will
yeah,
be you're really going to be a great mentor, Beth. You have a
Yes,
lot of
Yes,
wisdom
I
right.
and
100% agree.
agree.
No, no, it's
Yeah,
it's very hard. I learned a lot when it comes to strategic approach, the different
Mhm.
methods of how to deal and bear individual differences. So there's so many ways of handling difficulties and challenges. So there are pre-measures. For example, there's a personality which is extremely very, very opposite to the other one, or an excelling personality that needs to even more developed, or somebody
Mhm.
who really needs very, 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 very uh, original foundation of help.
yeah,
So all that matters, because when we work with people, we work with feelings. They are not objects, they are not items.
yes,
So that's very fragile. But when you handle them with care and understanding, putting yourself, like putting myself into their shoe, that's the best
Mhm.
part. When you've got to understand people, that there are pleasant times, there are hard times, and there are all those victorious times. It's massive, it's beautiful, it's really wonderful to work with people.
yes,
So
that's right.
thank you guys, you all are big hearted individuals who welcome me here this afternoon, and slowly keeping all my within me out there on air.
No, it was a pleasure, Beth. It was
Yeah,
Yeah.
really nice hearing your
Yeah.
Thank you, coach.
story.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Thanks,
it's
coach. Thank you.
it's so nice to that's why we love bringing people on because it's always a new learning for us
Yes.
every time we have somebody new
yes, yeah,
compared to when it's just the three of us. We're sharing our thoughts just among the three of us. So compared to when somebody new is there, then we see new perspectives and it's a great learning just getting to know people as well. And
yeah.
yeah, so thank you so much, Beth. It's
Right.
been
Thank
Thank
you
you.
um
very
Thank you.
much.
I hope it gives an additional input to those who really needs, especially on that part. I hope it's an additional learning curve for everyone today, especially those who are listening with us, our co-business owners down there. Di Evangeline, I know you are with us today, so thank you for
Yeah.
tuning in. I hope this will be an additional learning to all of us. It might be a very, very simple experience, but yeah, it's nice to share some of my strides and victorious success. And I know these are all the personal traits we needed in here: the patience, our perseverance, how to endure. These are all the
Mhm.
virtues that we need. We need a fully spirited attitude to go headed to our dreams because there's so much waiting out there.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I really miss what your adventure is, because for your foundation is very strong. The foundation with
Yeah.
God, right? That's what I see in your success. So yeah, thank you very much for
Thank you,
doing
bro.
that
Thank you
today.
so much.
And yeah, we learn a lot from you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank
really my
you.
pleasure meeting you today for the first time. I really thank you. Thank you for this very, very good opportunity. Daija, thank you. Coach
Yeah,
Alice, I
thank
know
you.
you are switching off ahead than us, but thank you to you too.
Maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hope we can
So
do
yeah.
it next time.
Yes, hope
Yeah.
to connect with you too in the near future. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Actually, what I'm looking forward is Evangeline and Beth on a live. I know this lady is watching till
yeah,
the end because I know she has plans.
yeah. She's a runner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evangeline is
Then it's
a very
there
busy
will be a
lady
beautiful
today.
learning from her, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She's really
yeah.
good.
So yeah, that wraps up our afternoon chat session for today. Thank you so much to our guests, Beth and Evangeline. You owe us a Saturday, and in behalf of Alice and Silito here, again, thank you so much, Beth, and thank you
Thank
everyone for
you. Thank you,
being with
Daicha.
us this
Thank you, Bro
afternoon.
Celito. Thank you, Coach Alice.
Yeah, bye for
Looking
now. Thank
forward.
you.
Bye for now. Have a wonderful Sunday ahead. Thank you. God
Take
bless.
care, everyone. See you.
Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.